Hey guys, KRX50 here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Dino Zord controller and fossil finder from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. This is another supplemental toy, but this is something of a supplemental roleplay set, which is pretty rare for Power Rangers. What this includes is this main tool, these 4 attachments. There were originally 5. The last one was a miniature Zord, but that's not that big of a loss. And the fossil seen there. So this is the main controller that is used for play with this toy. It is partially modeled after the Zord, with all this translucent plastic, some of it colored in to match the colors of the Zord, and a grip here with a trademark with the traditional Power Rangers lightning bolt right there. Has 2 different triggers that all serve different purposes, and the attachment point which can be moved to face downward or forward. The attachments are a grabber, sort of drill, a claw drill sorts, and what can best be described as a drill bit, plus this mini Zord, which, just to compare it to the real Zord, we can see that it is a pretty good representation. Really just shrunken down. And they work together with this fossil here, which, as you can see, has this thing here, a little dial, and these 6 buttons. And then I've got the on and off switch on the back. Got the 2 triggers, which work like so. You actually hear different spinning sounds for when they're in motion, and that will have significance a little bit later on. Which I'll show you guys with the Zord here. Just put it on like that. So for this, the top button, it makes it spin around like so. While the bottom button makes it go into a running motion. And the Zord can run in any of these 4 positions. As you can see, the legs move like so, and the way the body moves, it actually does look like it's running. For the Zord, all it would really do would be spinning, no matter which way you pressed, no matter which one of these you pressed. The real interesting thing comes when you get to this. The way this works is that it's kind of a game where you have this fossil plate right here and the 6 buttons. Now, one of these buttons will make it pop out. But to make things more interesting, there are a couple steps to it. First is to attach the claw drill, then place it in this socket here, then press down the main trigger to spin the wheel. What that does is scramble up which one of these buttons works. So the next thing you do is detach that and put on the drill bit. Though it's the toughest one to really attach. Then you take it and test the buttons to see which one of them works. And there we go. Then you can use the grabber to pick it up. Like that. And so what you have here is a fossil version of the Tyranno Dino plate. And this is actually not just for show. This is actually works with the Thundersource morpher, and actually also works with the Dino brace here. Just taking it off, pressing this on, fits perfectly, then you just switch it on. And the light actually still goes through it. And what's apparent is that this is, if you look at the molding, there are differences. So it's likely that it's obvious that this is based on the American Tyranno plate mold. That would, the American mold that would not have this eye lens here, which basically means that the American Dino plates for the Thundersource mover would be compatible with the Dino brace and vice versa. What this also means is that because of the similar molds, you can basically place any Dino plate in here and play the game. Because it fits, and you just do scrambling and the searching. There we go. Yeah. This is a little tricky. Okay. Now another thing you can do with these is you can actually basically stack them on top of each other. By taking this, placing it in here, then taking this and attaching it on top. You got this whole assembly, which will spin around like that. It's kind of like a weapon. So there's that. Now, the way this works is that, the top drill spins it in that direction, while the bottom drill spins it in the other direction. And actually, it's mainly this inner wheel that moves, while it's the whole wheel of this that moves. Now, the thing about this is that it actually works similar to the Zord attachments that Dino Thunder had, which means that you can actually take the tail drill from the Tyranno Zord, plug it onto here, and it'll work by either spinning it the whole thing or just spinning the tail. Just like that. Of course, this means another thing, which I can show you with a little adjustment to the Tyranno Zord. Just gotta move the legs out of the way. By having it on the manual setting, you actually attach this to the Tyranno Zord, and you can work its motor function. Just like so. So that's actually interesting how they basically, how Bandai was able to utilize the system for the Zord weapons for a wholly different toy. Excuse me. So getting everything back together. Now, the fossil finder isn't something I can... I mean, it's not something for complete. It might be something for Dino Thunder completionists, but it might not be since it never was on the show. But it's actually a pretty fun set. The fact that it gives you this little game to play, which makes use of the tool, and the way it actually makes use of the Tyrannosaur is actually quite interesting. Plus, it's the only way you can get this fossilized Tyranno plate, which actually is nice because it's not just molded in different colors. It actually has this rough, rock-like fossilized feel to it, which does make it unique. In fact, it's got the same feel as the whole rest of the fossil, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, this is a set that is essentially taking advantage of the archaeology theme, or, the dinosaur theme of Dino Thunder, and, archaeology, paleontology by extension. And it is kind of fitting because paleontology wasn't completely unmentioned in Dino Thunder since Dr. Tommy Oliver, the Dino Thunder Black Ranger, was a paleontology teacher. So this is actually fitting with that. And it's overall a nice little playset. I mean, it's not something that you ever would need to buy, but it's a fun little thing to have if you want a fun little playset and want, in addition, to get this cool Dino plate here. I mean, I guess it would be kind of recommended to Dino Thunder fans, but not too much. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty cool toy. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my blog at krx50.blogspot.com. And for now, this is krx50, writing off.